Welcome to episode 12 of the JoePontillo show. That's right, if you divide that monthly, we did one show per month this year. Except it didn't quite start that way, and then things fell apart. But we're doing it monthly, that's all that matters. Of course, for this very special episode, I decided to bring back the fake bricks. Lots of people have been asking about them. Don't worry, they're fine. They're here and they're as fake as ever, just like this show. I want to thank everybody who watched the last episode. I think it got the most amount of views of any episode I've done, but also got the least amount of likes, or tied for the least amount of likes, and like 0 comments or any other sort of engagement. So I take it people were hate watching it. It's kind of like Instagram stories and Facebook stories. Like, people don't really want to interact with you, they just kind of want to see what's going on. So, thanks for watching it and not caring enough to do anything about it. I'll take the numbers, and I look forward to this episode bombing for some reason. So it's the end of the year. It's the end of 2024, and I received probably the most terrifying note or message you could receive, which is basically a guy your dad knows from work is starting a podcast and wants you to be a part of it. My dad, of course, works in the bakery supply industry, which is a huge money-making industry. It's up there with, tech and the pharmaceutical company. Third is bakery supplies. Everybody knows this. A lot of corrupt people. It's basically the most Italian job you could do without actually getting into crime. Because you're selling, powders and all sorts of, baked goods and whatnot to people, and ingredients, and they're not paying you the money right away, to the point where you then get angry, but you can't threaten them because it is a legitimate business. So you kind of just call them a lot. I remember I used to be in the bakery supply business. I used to make deliveries, and hey, here's your flour. You gonna pay this? And they'd go, no. And I'd say, well, let me call my dad and make sure that's cool, because I don't know. But that was a long time ago, although there is constantly a threat of me getting back into it. And but yes, I've dabbled with other people in the bakery supply. My dad had this guy, Mark Fintz, nice guy. He's like a kung fu master or karate champion or something. And me and him were hosting the show called Bagel Talk, which was kind of the origin of this show, except I had to interview people in the food industry. And that was actually a lot of fun. And it's also where I interviewed a guy who goes by the Pickle Guy, not to be confused with the Pickle Man, who used to book comedy in North or Southeast Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania. There was a guy who called himself the Pickle Man. He used to be huge. Then he lost a ton of weight. I think he was bald, and he wore some like Ric Flair looking wig, and he would ride around on a scooter and give you pickles. Apparently there was a story where a friend of mine asked to work for him, and he goes, send me a headshot. And that was it. Not even a video. Just send me your headshot, and I'm going to look at it and see if I could figure out you're funny based on the headshot. So yeah, then I got really into pickles after talking to that guy. And in the last episode I actually interviewed somebody over Zoom who worked on diners, drive-ins, and dives with Guy Fieri. And I guess that was too legitimate of a person to interview, because after that we immediately stopped doing episodes. So they're on YouTube, though. Go look up Bagel Talk. Some of them did really well, probably better than this show. But I guess he didn't want to pay me anymore. No, actually, something happened where some radio station wanted to put us on, but they were really right wing. Like, kind of to the point where it made no sense that they would want to have a show where people were talking about the food industry. It was like I forget what the radio station was. It was an AM station, and I don't care about politics. I don't mind. Like, I've been on, left wing shows, right wing shows. Nothing matters. But I'm not going to willingly go on on a radio station with, like, I don't know, Ben Shapiro and people like that. At least, like, if you're going to be right wing, fine, but it doesn't need to be so over the top that it makes no sense to put a show with me on it on your station. That's what it was. And I feel like it all went south after that. But, it is what it is. Speaking of Italians, they are back in the news, big time. Basically, an episode of The Sopranos has come to life. And of course, I'm talking about, you know him, you love him, Luigi Mangione. I've never actually heard his name said out loud, so I'm going to assume that's what it sounds like. But what a thing to have blown up at the end of the year. First of all, there was a rumor initially when this first happened that he took off on a city bike. And I, of course, used this opportunity to make a quick TikTok and Instagram video about why we need to ban city bikes. Oh, check it out.
So the guy who shot the healthcare CEO allegedly took off on one of these. Is it time to ban city bikes because clearly they're the bicycle choice of assassins? According to this guy, yes.
There you go. So that blew up on TikTok. More views probably than maybe not all my videos. Actually, I don't know. And I like to say I went viral, but if you Google it, apparently going viral, you need to reach at least 1 million views. I'm way past 500,000. Still getting likes on it. I got 1 million comments, like at least 400 new followers. Basically, this one stupid, like, 12-second video has done more for my career than my last YouTube special. Both my specials combined and probably the show. So that's where we're at. And that's fine. And it's so great watching all the comments roll in because, it's a mix of people who get the joke, who are jokingly agreeing with you, seriously agreeing with you, people disagreeing with you, people calling you a libtard or whatever, or people. I love people on the internet who assume other people's political beliefs because of a joke video that they posted on the internet. Real healthy society we have here. My only stance on that video was, let's use this as an excuse to ban city bikes, because I don't like city bikes. They take up parking spots and they're dangerous. Somebody threw a city bike onto the train tracks, a train hit it, and it exploded. You know what that means? That means if you're riding a city bike, you're essentially riding around the city on a bomb. Good for you. Healthy. But I'm helping the environment. Doesn't matter. What does matter is speaking of blowing up, my video. Am I right? But now on TikTok, once you have that one video that blows up, all your other videos basically have to look like that. So, like, my next series of videos have all been, like, vertically filmed videos where I sort of rant about something. And I do often rant about things, but there's more to me than just rants. I like to actually write scripts and plan things, but I guess the internet doesn't want that. So years of work down the drain. It's time to just hold the camera up, not even use a microphone, and just be like, you know what really grinds my gears? This! And boom, it's thousands of views and likes and followers, and we are so back. So my take on the CEO, healthcare CEO shooting is, of course nobody likes violence, but no, this has been an entire year plus of reading news stories, or not news stories, but like people on the internet about various world events, starting sentences off with, look, nobody wants to see dead kids, but. So now we've reached the opposite of that, where people are like, nobody likes to see dead healthcare CEOs, but, and, look, this country is run by the worst people. All big businesses are run by terrible people, including bakery supplies. Um, so, and there's a lot of very angry people out there. But this whole story is kind of weird because, immediately after the shooting happened, there was all these pictures of, the guy who's supposedly Luigi wearing a hoodie, and he's like smiling in the back of a taxi cab, then he's smiling at a deli, and then somehow he ended up in Pennsylvania, and they were checking his ID at a McDonald's, and the guy working there was like, wait a second, you're the murderer. I don't know how that happened. But why are they checking your ID at a McDonald's? Was he trying to buy a Happy Meal? And they were like, hold on, do you have a kid? No, how old are you? I'm very young. Please just sell me a Happy Meal for the love of God. Don't really know what happened there, but that's how it went down. But now they're trying to make this guy. Here's what I think. Like, maybe we shouldn't be killing people. Fine. Perhaps he could have just clubbed the guy in the kneecap. I do find it outrageous that they're trying to, find him guilty of terrorism. And it's like, I'm sorry, what's the ratio? Like, one CEO equals 500 regular people? Because, unfortunately, people get murdered all the time. It's not all terrorism. It's terrible, but it's not terrorism. It's not terrorism, it's DiGiorno. Okay, good night, folks. By the way, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a freaking comment. I want to know that people are watching this, because these might happen more frequently in the new year. I might be moving into a new, better space. We'll have guests on more regularly, not just Matt Vita. I know you guys are big Matt Vita fans, but we got to mix it up. So following what was it? Oh, yeah, the whole Luigi Mangione thing. Boys, he's too attractive. He won't go to jail. But, that perp walk thing completely backfired. That was so ridiculous. That was like when they catch the Joker. That was like after the Joker kills Robin or cripples Batgirl in the comics. No, actually not even, because I don't even think he had that much police escorting going on. It was so comically stupid, and it's so completely backfired that I think the NYPD is actually just going to do a perp walk with him once a week until they get the desired response. So it could take a while. Nobody needs to see that. Like, what next? They're going to wheel him out like Hannibal Lecter? Like, this guy... It's too much. But moving on, there was a drones. The drone saga. We're calling it the drone saga now, like it's an MCU thing. So that's, I haven't personally seen any drones. Once again, though, I have benefited from this hysterical news story because I used this opportunity to, drop a few more videos. Because first they were just over in New Jersey, and then people were starting to see them on Long Island. I think people on Long Island are just out of their minds. They're like, whoa, Jersey's seeing them? Why not us? Eh? So, so now everything's a drone. I don't know what it is. Some people think they're looking for a nuke. Other people think they're watching, the homes of like certain criminals. Some people blaming it on foreign countries. It's always good when, people in our government come out and they're like, oh yeah, the drones, that's fine. It's nothing bad. Not good, but it's not bad. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Great. That's makes me feel real good. I think almost to an extent, it's just to create some panic or weird confusion. Kind of like in 2020 when inexplicably every single night's around the tri-state area, you heard fireworks. Now it's drones. Like, we're just going to put drones in the sky every night, make people freak out. And that could be for two different reasons. One, it could be to create a distraction so other weirder, sketchier things can happen. Or it's just to be like, oh, now people need law enforcement again. You want me to investigate these drones? Wah, 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 wah. That's my theory. Probably completely wrong, but it is what it is. So going back to going sort of viral on TikTok, which was sort of fun, is all the like weird negative comments you get. Like not even that many years ago. I would say like 7, maybe even 5 to 7 years ago. Even less. I feel like if I would get a single bad comment, whether it was on like a YouTube video, a tweet, whatever, it would like kind of like ruin me. I mean, oh, this person hates me. Does this mean I'm bad? Ugh. It's kind of like when you do comedy, and early on in comedy, like I could be doing well, getting laughs, and then one joke wouldn't get a laugh, and I would immediately just lose all confidence. I'd be like, well, I'd say they hate me. There's no recovering from this. It'd be like the shock that the joke didn't get a laugh. And then you panic, and then you almost like lose the confidence of what you were saying, so that even like the next joke. But now, a joke doesn't laugh. You're just like, well, screw you guys, and then it's get them right back. So I feel like the getting bad comments on the internet is kind of like that too. And I feel like around like when COVID started, because I started to like release more videos regularly. And then the more videos you release and the more people are seeing them, obviously the more people are going to come out of the woodwork and tell you that it's bad or you're bad. And that's part of the internet. Like, you need that engagement. Tell me I'm bad. Tell me not on this video, but on another video. And it's also fake. Like, okay, so I posted the city bike video as a YouTube short, and somebody left a comment where they said something like, oh, I couldn't believe this person had a following, and then I checked their followers, and this all makes sense now. Okay, cool. I think I just responded, at least my family loves me. True. Got him. And then these people never, like, respond back or anything. That's the funniest thing to me. These people come, leave a stupid comment, you respond to the comment, like it was happening on TikTok. I responded to like a whole bunch of, most of them weren't even really bad comments. Somebody told me to go back to Buffalo. I'm like, thanks, I'm not from there. Good guess. And so like, yeah, it takes away of the legitimacy. And there are all these accounts that have, 0 videos, zero like 2 subscribers. They're not real people. These are the emptiest, loneliest, saddest, and most tragic people on the internet who only exist to just find things that they don't like. And they probably don't like anything, if we're being real. So, like, they'll leave some stupid comment, and you'll either ignore it, or you'll respond to them, and like, oh, I got a good zinger, and then that's it. They just never come back to it. Like, if I was doing that, like, if I was on the internet just to be a miserable troll, and I left a comment on some video that I hated, and then the person that made the video responded to it, I'd be like, ha ha, yeah, but this doesn't happen. So I don't know what to say. And I'm like, do people really just go on the internet to just be miserable pieces of garbage? And then I remember that when I first got on the internet way back in like the late 90s, the first thing I did was I made an AOL Instant Messenger account and just went into AOL chat rooms and got into fights with people. And I'm like 15 years old, and looking back, I'm like, that wasn't even me. I guess I wasn't like trying to fight with people. I just kind of would go on, into AOL chat rooms and just, think I'm funny, and then if I didn't get the desired results, so maybe I deserve this. I guess that's where this is going. So yeah, but again, I was a dumb teenager. Like, I was like 15, 16, I got suspended from AOL Instant Messenger, and then funny story. So me and my friends John Baba used to make. There he is. Used to make prank calls for some reason recently. No, when we were teenagers. So dumb. We probably said a lot of very offensive things, which would get me thrown off YouTube today, but we were teenagers and didn't know any better. Anyway, so for some reason, we would prank this random number in Arizona, which turned out to be a like a realtor out there. And after like the fifth or sixth time, he just decided that was enough. And I guess we were morons and we weren't blocking the number when we were pranking people. And he called my house because we were doing it from my house because, yeah, that's what made sense. And, my mom was like, huh? What? Really? And then, like, slammed the phone down and was like, you're losing your AOL account. What? I don't know why that was her response. But it all worked out because I had just had my AOL account suspended. And so I briefly did not have AOL. And then I got it back like maybe 6 months later and started a new account. And I was much nicer to people after that. I never got suspended ever again. It was just that first time I got on AOL, I just decided I'm going to just be a jackass. I don't know why. I guess I got it out of my system. That and the prank calling thing. I'm still paying for this, people. I don't know what to tell you. So in my travels, and by travels I mean my Instagram Explorer page, things get recommended to me that I kind of just get like weirdly obsessed with. Not obsessed, not in a good way. So there's this guy. I guess he's an AEW wrestler. I don't know if his name is AJ or his son's name is AJ. One of them is called Big Justice. It's AJ and Big Justice. Some of you maybe have heard of this guy. It is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. Most of their videos is them intensely staring at the camera, and they all have they all look brainwashed. It looks like they've been lobotomized and brainwashed, and they're like, we're here at Costco, and we just bought 600 pounds of butter. Let's eat all this butter in the parking lot, and then we're gonna bring the boom. Their whole thing is that they show up places or they meet people. One was with Mr. Beast. Another one was with some like obscure, I don't know, independent baseball player. Then they were at some football game. They bring the boom. I don't know what the boom is. They were on Fox with Rosanna Scotto. She brought the boom. They brought the boom to her. Whatever. So it's the weirdest thing. And they stare at the camera. They look insane. They look deranged. Something's not right there. It's usually just the guy and his son, but sometimes the wife and I guess the daughter gets involved. And a bunch of their videos just start with, we bring the boom! And then it just cuts to each one of them dancing, but like in this weird way where they're not really dancing. It kind of looks like someone has a gun on them, basically. Gun on them, or like if they don't continue dancing, the collar around their neck will explode, like in Suicide Squad, the terrible one from 2016 or 2017, whatever it was. And it's so bizarre. And and every time it comes, and I don't want to watch it, but I just have to see it. I just need to know why this is a thing. What are they doing now? Where are they now? They go to Costco a lot. I'm AJ, and this is Big Justice, and we're here at the Church of Blessed Sacrament, and we're ready to bring the boom with the Eucharist. Yeah, eat that Jesus. Boom, we bring the boom. Yeah, my real family are not these people. Someone send help. We bring the boom. That's basically what it is. And kudos to them for finding a market. I feel like all the comments are either them being like, people leaving comments like, hell yeah, or this is the worst thing ever, or what is wrong with these people. And and it's not like they're blowing up. They blow up if they go like see somebody who I guess has a following, but Man, I'm genuinely very disturbed by the whole thing. But it's like a train wreck. Like you just have to keep watching it. And I'm sure you've all been there. You find something on the internet, like, oh my god, and then just whatever. Too much. Can't get into it. Anyway, so this was the last episode of the year. It's been some bad things have happened, and in general, but for me personally, a lot of crazy good things have happened. I feel like I've made a lot of fans this year, probably like the most fans I've ever made. Because it's crazy how you could do comedy for as long as I've done it. And really, up until like the last several years, I feel like I had like 10 actual fans. Now I feel like I have quite a few people. And it was very nice to be able to like travel to different parts of the world, Ohio, Ohio, New Jersey, Poughkeepsie, where else? A couple other shows around the country, and people came to see me. Pennsylvania, and that's really cool. Like that's something that I feel like wouldn't happen. Some people have seen me multiple times. They keep coming back. I don't know why, but they do, and that's really great. We've been doing the shows at Michael's in Island Park now for a year. I made a whole bunch of new fans last week. We did a show, and they'll probably come back out. At least one of them followed me on Instagram. That's nice. And this one family came to shows, bought shirts, came 2 more times. They didn't come to the last show. Obviously, they're sick of me. No, it was the holidays. What are you gonna do? Even my dad didn't come because he was allegedly, no, he's probably actually sick. So my whole family just got sick just before the holidays because that's what you do. But I want to give a shout out to some people. There's Dave Donovan, who's if you're watching this, Dave, for the love of God, stop sending me reels. Just go like my reels. Stop. I don't want. No, I love Dave Donovan, the CEO of Huracan. I was able to make the July installment of Huracan, but I was not able to make the November one. I will have Dave on the show probably in the new year at some point. We'll work something out. And Dave's a great guy. I actually just went to his mother's 94th birthday party. I don't know how. That was a very exclusive invite, let me tell you. Really meant a lot that I got invited to that. We did a show at the same church where they do Huracan, actually, back in early November. It went great. I think we're doing another one. We ended up having 4 comedians plus me and an improv troupe. Somehow the audience survived. The weirdest thing. So I tried to book some guy to host the show, and he said, "Oh, let me get back to you," and then he never got back to me. So I just assumed he forgot or he couldn't do the show. And then the week of the show, he goes, "Hey Joe, are we doing a show this Sunday?" So and stupid me, I can't say no to people. So I was like, well, you know what? I still need a host technically. So you want to come host? So he hosted. It was fine. And so yeah, Dave Donovan, great guy. I'm sure we'll hear all about the Huracan dates soon for 2025. Another guy I want to shout out, Jimmy, whatever he calls himself. Jimmy O. Weingard, which is his name on Facebook. He's a big British YouTuber and a big JoePontillo fan. Probably one of the main reasons I won't go to England because I don't want to run into him. No, I'm kidding. But and he's we have a mutual contact, Will Devokes, whatever. He used to host movie night, as my voice does, and which was a show I was on briefly, and then it got weird. No, didn't get weird. So shout out to Jimmy O. I guess go check out his YouTube if you want. He asked me to be on his show multiple times. I should probably do that. He's got a lot of subscribers. He's a big fan. He always shares my videos, leaves comments. I think I'm single-handedly keeping his hope in America alive. And that's all he can ask for. And his gas is free if he comes here. He probably doesn't even have a car, so he doesn't even need gas. So, whatever. And then there's the usual suspects. You got Matt Vita, Todd Mondesi, who else? The boys at the Vermont Comedy Festival, Matt and Colin Doyle, that lunatic. Thank you for not hating me after, when we met years ago. Nobody needs to know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm sure I'm leaving out some more people, but doesn't really matter. We'll get them on the next episode. Anyway, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Because of what happened with the election, you know what that means? 2025, it'll be legal to not say Merry Christmas. And not just around Christmas, every single day you have to say Merry Christmas as a greeting. They just released this. It's insane. No, this is why people go insane about politics, because someone like me says something very bizarre and insane, and then someone else goes, he's telling the truth, I saw it on a website, and then that's it. So everybody calm down, try to relax. If you just ignore the drones, they'll go away. And, hit like and subscribe. Shows, this probably won't air long before New Year's Eve. I think I'm just doing a private show on New Year's Eve. And then early January is a little slow, but then the middle of the month, I got a lot of Long Island shows. I got Deer Park, some lounge in Deer Park. I think like the East Islip Fire Department or West Islip or just regular Islip. I don't know. Michael's, the next show there in Island Park is Friday, January 24th. That's going to be a big one. And then January 8th, I'm at the Kusa Collective in Oceanside. And what's that show in Brooklyn? Oh, God. Oh, Punching Bag Comedy. That's January 15th. Hopefully I'll do another episode sometime in January. So I'll catch you guys up. And Thursday, January 23rd, I'm at the Rocky Gap Casino in Cumberland, Maryland. That's a good one. Matt Vita's coming with me. 2025, year of the Vita, man. All right, that's it. Thank you, and bye.